In this podcast, we will explore products distributed by Cotellic, a French leader in the component testing market. We will present products from Superlube, a company specialized in the manufacturing of synthetic lubricants. Superlube's products are designed for a variety of industrial applications, ranging from construction to aerospace, including transportation and food industries. The company focuses on performance, durability, and safety, utilizing synthetic materials and adhering to food industry standards. For any information, please contact Cotellic's engineers.
Okay, so, ready for a deep dive into something I bet you never thought you'd find interesting?
Oh, I love a challenge. What are we diving into today?
Superlube.
Superlube, huh?
Okay, I'm listening. I know. When I saw the name, I thought, lubricant. Riveting. But then I started digging into it, and let me tell you, this stuff is in everything. We're talking airplanes, nuclear power plants, even keeping the food we eat safe.
Wait, hold on. Food?
Yeah, apparently there's food-safe grease, and it's kind of Superlube's thing, but we'll get to that first. What exactly is Superlube?
Yeah, break it down for us.
Well, it says here it's synthetic and contains something called Syncolon, which sounds like it's straight out of Star Wars.
Syncolon? Okay, I gotta admit, that's a new one. What is that, some kind of magic ingredient?
Pretty much. From what I'm gathering, it's what makes Superlube, well, super.
Okay, you've got to elaborate on that. How super are we talking?
Think about the slipperiest thing you can imagine.
A freshly waxed floor.
Even slipperier. Imagine trying to hold on to a wet bar of soap. It's that slippery.
Wow, okay. But how does that translate to, real-world applications?
That's what's wild. Superlube is used in everything. We're talking industrial machinery, cars, even those railroad track switching things.
Railroad what now?
You know those things, the mechanical bits that change which tracks a train goes on? Apparently those need some serious lubrication, especially in extreme weather.
Huh. I never really thought about it, but that makes sense.
Right, and that's just one example. They've got specific Superlube formulas for all kinds of industries. It's honestly kind of blowing my mind a little.
Okay, so they've got this Syncolon, and it's in everything. What's the science behind it? How does it work?
Well, from what I understand, it all comes down to reducing friction.
Okay, so it's a lubricant. Got it. What makes it different from WD-40? Can I just spray that on everything?
Not exactly. See, Superlube is specially formulated to handle extreme temperatures, resist water and corrosion.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole food-safe thing.
Right, the food-safe thing. Don't tell me they use it to grease the conveyor belts at a cheese factory or something.
Well, I mean, it's NSF registered, so it's safe for incidental food contact, but it's more about the machinery itself. Imagine you're making bread and some random grease gets in your dough because they use the wrong lubricant.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, so food safe, extreme conditions. What else have we got?
Well, we've got this incredibly slippery Syncolon, a whole range of Superlube products for different needs and applications in industries I never would have imagined.
So it's not just about making things slippery. It's about making them last longer.
Exactly. Less friction means less wear and tear, which equals longer lasting equipment. And that means saving money in the long run. And we like saving money, right?
Always a plus.
Mm-hmm.
But how exactly does it work on a microscopic level? Does it just fill in the gaps?
It's more like, imagine these tiny Syncolon particles acting like millions of microscopic ball bearings between moving parts.
Ball bearing. Okay, now you're just showing off.
I'm just getting started. And here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike traditional petroleum-based lubricants, Superlube is synthetic.
Synthetic. So what does that mean? Is it like better for the environment or something?
That too. But it also means it can withstand much higher temperatures and pressures without breaking down. So it lasts longer, and you don't have to reapply it as often.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, that is pretty impressive.
Right. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Wait till you hear about what they're doing in the world of aviation.
Aviation. Okay, now we're talking. Those planes have got to be lubed up right. What's Superlube doing up there?
Everything from lubricating hinges and seat tracks to protecting those electrical connections from wear and tear.
No kidding. And knowing how those planes go through some extreme temperatures, it must hold up pretty well.
Exactly. And it's not just the planes themselves. They also use Superlube in airport infrastructure. Like the luggage carousels, those moving walkways.
Oh, yeah.
In this podcast, we will explore products distributed by Cotellic, a French leader in the component testing market. We will present products from Superlube, a company specialized in the manufacturing of synthetic lubricants. Superlube's products are designed for a variety of industrial applications, ranging from construction to aerospace, including transportation and food industries. The company focuses on performance, durability, and safety, utilizing synthetic materials and adhering to food industry standards. For any information, please contact Kotelec's engineers.
Those things are always running, never thought about what keeps them moving.
Right. It's all thanks to the magic of Superlube. But you know what else I find really interesting?
Hit me with it.
Superlube really seems committed to this whole transparency thing. Their website is full of detailed information. Like, they're not afraid to geek out about the science behind it all.
Yeah, I noticed that too. They have all those diagrams and explanations. It's kind of cool.
It's like they're saying, we're proud of what we do, and we want you to understand it too, not just, here, buy our product.
Right. I respect that. It builds trust.
Exactly. And speaking of trusting a product, they even have a specific Superlube for bicycle chains.
Get out of here. Really? I go through that stuff like crazy.
Yeah.
What makes their bike chain lube so special?
Well, besides the whole Syncolon thing, meaning it lasts longer, it's also designed to repel all that nasty stuff that bikes get into.
You mean like dirt and mud?
And rain. Even if you get caught in a downpour, your chain should be good to go.
Okay. That's impressive. No more rusty chains for me.
Right. And this is what I love about Superlube. They've thought of everything. They even have a product for... Are you ready for this? O-rings.
O-rings. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what an O-ring is.
They're these tiny little rubber rings used for sealing, making things airtight or watertight.
Oh, right. Like in plumbing and stuff.
Exactly. And they're in all sorts of other things, too, from cars to spacecraft. But they need a little lubrication to work properly.
Makes sense. Wouldn't want those things drying out, especially in a spaceship.
And that's just one more example of how Superlube is about more than just making things slippery. It's about keeping things running smoothly and safely.
Yeah, no kidding. So we've covered a lot of the industrial uses. What about everyday uses? Can I use this stuff around the house?
Absolutely. They even have a whole section on their website dedicated to home uses. Think like garage doors, door hinges, windows, tools.
Wait, so I can use this on my squeaky door hinges and my bike chain? That's awesome.
Exactly. It's the all-in-one solution for a smoother running life.
Okay, I'm sold. But before we move on, we've got to talk about the environmental impact. I mean, all this talk about heavy-duty lubrication and airplanes makes me wonder how eco-friendly is Superlube?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. Superlube emphasizes the non-toxic, environmentally friendly nature of their products, especially those NSF-registered ones for food processing.
That's good to hear. But what about the stuff that isn't food grade? Is it still environmentally friendly?
They're committed to using environmentally responsible practices across the board. And their synthetic formulas tend to last longer, so you use less of it compared to traditional petroleum-based products.
Less product, less waste. I like the sound of that.
Right. It's like they've thought of everything.
Speaking of thinking of everything, they also have marine-grade Superlube, right, for boats and stuff.
You bet. They've got a whole line of products specifically designed for use in saltwater environments.
That makes sense. Saltwater can be brutal on metal parts.
Tell me about it. But Superlube's marine-grade products are formulated to handle even the harshest conditions, protecting against rust and corrosion.
So whether you're a fisherman or a sailor, they've got you covered.
Precisely. And it's not just for boats. They also have products specifically designed for fishing reels, trailer hitches, and even those winches used for docking.
Wow, they really have thought of everything. They've got a product for every situation imaginable.
It's all about providing solutions, no matter how big or small the problem. And they don't just stop at providing the product, they also prioritize customer education and support. Their website is a treasure trove of information, from detailed product descriptions and instructions to FAQs and technical data sheets.
Yeah, I was really impressed with their website. They make it easy to find the information you need. It's clear they're not just trying to sell you something. They want you to make informed decisions and get the most out of their products.
Absolutely. They're all about empowering their customers with knowledge and support. It's really refreshing to see, especially in today's market.
I couldn't agree more. This has been a fascinating deep dive. I never knew there was so much to learn about lubrication.
I'm still stuck on that fire-resistant hydraulic fluid. That's incredible. Where is that even used?
It's mainly used in industries with a higher risk of fire hazards, like, steel mills, some types of mining operations, places where traditional hydraulic fluid would be a disaster waiting to happen.
Right. It makes total sense. So Superlube comes in with their non-flammable solution to save the day. Again.
Pretty much. And it really highlights their expertise when it comes to this stuff. It's not just about making things slippery. It's about engineering fluids for very specific purposes, often with some serious safety concerns in mind.
It's like they're the unsung heroes of keeping those industries running safely.
Totally. And, looking back at all the stuff we've talked about today, what stands out to me is this isn't just about selling some product. It's really a whole philosophy.
Oh, 100%. Superlube is all about problem solving, making things work better, A&D longer, and doing it all in a way that's safe and actually kind of good for the planet.
And they're not afraid to share what they know. Those detailed data sheets, the FAQs, that tells me they want their customers to be in the know too.
Definitely. It's like they're saying, hey, this stuff is important and we want you to get it.
Exactly. And informed customers lead to better choices, less waste, all that good stuff.
It's a breath of fresh air, really.
It really is. We could probably talk for hours about all the cool ways Superlube is being used.
Seriously. We've gone from airplanes to O-rings to fire-resistant hydraulic fluid. Who knew lubrication could be so fascinating?
Right. And the thing is, this is just scratching the surface. There's a whole world of lubrication technology out there, constantly evolving and adapting to new challenges.
It's amazing to think about all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes to keep our world running smoothly.
Absolutely. And it's a good reminder that sometimes the most everyday things can have the most surprising stories behind them.
Well said. So next time any of us hear that telltale squeak or groan, we'll know there's a Superlube solution out there just waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. And with that, I think we've lubed up our brains enough for one day.
That we have. Until next time, keep exploring, keep those gears turning, and remember, a little lubrication can go a long way.
In this podcast, we will explore products distributed by Kotellik, a French leader in the component testing market. We will present products from Superlube, a company specialized in the manufacturing of synthetic lubricants. Superlube's products are designed for a variety of industrial applications, ranging from construction to aerospace, including transportation and food industries. The company focuses on performance, durability, and safety, utilizing synthetic materials and adhering to food industry standards. For any information, please contact Kotellik's engineers.